Trading and investing depends on your risk tolerance. But what exactly does risk tolerance even mean? I'm Clay, let me explain. Risk tolerance is one of those things that is very, very important if you're ever gonna have success, and not necessarily just trading or investing, but more so just building wealth as a whole. But it's also one of those areas that doesn't get talked about that much because, let's just face it, it's not the most exciting thing to talk about, but very, very important. So how does risk tolerance actually work? And what do I actually mean by that? Or what do those disclosures, or anybody that says, well, trading and investing, building wealth, it's all a matter of, your risk and your tolerance for risk and all the variations of that saying. Well, let's look at it through kind of a little story here. And let's say that we have Rick here, and Rick is thinking, you know what? I want to just have more fun. I want to build fun. I just want to have more fun in life. So he is seeking after fun, right? He just wants to know, how can he have more fun in life? Now, think about it. There are many ways that you could be sitting there on your, however you're watching this, at your computer, on your phone or whatever, and saying, well, you know what, Rick, you can have fun, and then fill in the blank. And in all actuality, think about it. If there's 1,000 people watching this video right now, Rick could actually probably get 1,000 different suggestions on how to have fun. So let's just take it and narrow things down a little bit, and let's just focus on a plane. Meaning Rick is being told, well, hey Rick, use a plane to have fun. But now even think about it from this perspective. Okay, yeah, we've really narrowed things down as far as a very broad concept of fun into a narrower concept and context of a plane. But think about even the perspective from a plane. Well, how could Rick use a plane to have fun? He could go skydiving, right? You could use a plane to go skydiving. Or you could use a plane as an electronic plane. Meaning, you have one of those little control boxes and you have the little gears there. That looks terrible. But you hold there and you're flying around electronic plane. So you're actually still on the ground. So now ask yourself, which one of those sounds like fun to you? Some people I'm sure would be like, oh, that would be so great to go skydiving. Me personally, I will never go skydiving. That doesn't sound like fun at all. I'm just not an adrenaline junkie like that. For me, yeah, I think flying an electronic plane would sound fun. Maybe you're sitting here saying, you know what? I don't like planes at all. Now, that doesn't make you wrong. That doesn't make me wrong. That doesn't make anybody wrong in regards to how to have fun, or in particular, how to have fun with a plane. But that just goes to show that everybody is different. But what is making everybody different? Well, the thing that's making all this various is, risk. Meaning we all have a different perspective of risk. I just view skydiving, no, way too risky. While other people might be like, no. Yeah, sure, it's risky, but man, that's going to be an adrenaline surge. And that's how it comes to building wealth, trading, investing, is it's all a matter of risk tolerance. Your tolerance for risk is going to be different for everybody. There is no right or wrong way to go about building wealth other than you need to find something that fits your risk tolerance. And what is your risk tolerance? How do you kind of figure that out? Well, if you're thinking about putting your money in some sort of investment way or some sort of opportunity to grow, and you're sitting there biting your nails and you're down to your fingers and your fingers are bleeding, your risk is probably, or your tolerance for that risk is probably just not good enough. Whereas if you sit there and you have peace of mind and you're thinking, yeah, I feel good about this, then you know what? I would say that is well within your realm of risk tolerance. So really, it's just a matter of how comfortable do you feel with something. And if you feel very uncomfortable with something, then it's just beyond what you're willing to take on from a risk perspective. And once more, that doesn't mean you're right or wrong. It just means that the way you're wired up here, because we're all different, you're just not okay with it. And that is why it's very, very important to always be considering that, because if you feel uncomfortable with something, then it's never going to be long lasting enough for you to actually build wealth or have success with it. And this, putting all the money stuff aside, really that's anything in life. If you don't feel comfortable with some sort of job or some sort of, any sort of activity you're doing, then yeah, you may be able to take it for a short amount of time, but eventually because of the whole risk thing, it's just going to overwhelm you and it's not going to work out. So what is risk tolerance? How does that all work? It's just a matter of comfort. That's really the best way to look at risk tolerance, is your comfort level in relation to some sort of end goal. And in this situation, again, if your end goal is fun, but skydiving doesn't really, put you at ease, if you're not comfortable with skydiving, well then clearly for you, your risk tolerance is not cut out for that means to, for that goal of having fun. So have a goal, but also make sure you align the proper risk with that goal in order to obtain it, or else you're just gonna spin out of control real fast. So again, in summary, and just keeping it very straightforward here, all risk tolerance is a question of what is your comfort level in exchange for obtaining some sort of goal. And as long as you have your risk tolerance and your comfort level assigned and in line with that goal, then it's gonna be possible. And I don't want to say a guarantee, but it's going to be highly likely that you actually obtain that goal as long as you feel comfortable with the method to getting there. So next time you hear about or read about risk tolerance or risk, or make sure this fits into all that, just picture the word comfort, because that's really the easiest way to kind of illustrate what exactly that means and why exactly that matters. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.